If you are operating without a KYC,
Hey,
you are operating illegally.
I don't disagree with that, but here's the problem. They don't operate in the United States, and they're not sanctioned by the United States.
I know.
Talking about Vol.
Yes. Okay, so if we technically we could take our Trezor or our Ledger, load everything into that, correct?
Well, yeah. If you want to,
we could do peer-to-peer transactions.
Yeah, if you want to move off the grid, off the market entirely, then just move it into a hard wallet.
Right. Why would I though?
Well, right now there's no reason to.
I know.
Right now there's no reason to, but there may be a day in the future where we all need to use a hard wallet, and we just need to transact through the hard wallet.
I know. Well, that's where it's coming to. How would we buy things? I started thinking about that.
Well,
it's like, how would you buy things? You'd have to be in an atmosphere where you could spend your BTC or your, which I never want to, but if that's how my family gets to eat.
Well, yeah.
So we take it out of a Trezor and then put it in our address to where we're sending it to.
Well, you can send, your Trezor or other hard wallets can connect up to like your phone. They can sync in a sense to your phone and operate within the wallet that is connected on your phone. So then you've got to okay it. You've got to confirm it through the hard wallet still. So it's still sitting on the hard wallet, but it will wirelessly communicate with, like SafePal is one of them. Or
right, they talked about that today.
Yeah, so it would communicate with that, so it would show that you have, 1 BTC in your SafePal hard wallet, but it's actually showing on your phone, and then you go, I need to send, $50, so I put that number in and I send it, and then my SafePal wallet is going to actually come up and say, do you want to confirm this transaction? And you're gonna put your code. You're gonna basically put your password into your hard wallet in order to then confirm it through, the network.
How many coins are in that SafePal?
SafePal, and I mean, there's others that are like SafePal. I mean, Trezor. What's the one that I use? I don't really use it that much. I've got like 3 of them, honestly. One of my favorites is, I think the latest one that I set up was SafePal.
How would I buy groceries for that?
Well, in America right now, that'd be really difficult.
I know.
But we're just talking about Mexico. If Mexico is going to adopt BTC, then, or you're in Venezuela, or you're in, what's the other country that made El Salvador? And then there's one other one that is following El Salvador, and they're bringing USDT and BTC, and I think one other one as national currencies. Did you see that?
Well, no.
It's like,
who is that?
It's another like island country, so it's not like a mega, superpower or anything, but it's still the trend. And if Mexico goes and even just adopts BTC, I mean, that by far would be the largest overall country that would do an actual adoption at this point.
Right.
So, anyways, all that to say, if we had a place down in Mexico, and it got to that point, then we would go to literally, I mean, I would assume, right? We would go to the grocery store and we would transact through that same method, through either the hard wallet method or through the soft wallet method on our phone.
Here's why I'm asking that, because if these sanctions in America which are getting stricter and stricter, especially if you watch any of the hearing
Right.
from the Fed Chair Powell yesterday. It was pretty convincing to me that the regulation of crypto, every senator they have no clue.
Yeah.
Some did have no clue. So what if they regulate these on-ramps illegal?
Oh, I agree.
And our banks are shutting them down.
I agree.
How do we say you have $10 million?
Yep.
How do we start spending that money to feed our families?
Well, exactly.
You'd have to move. Be an expatriate.
Well, and you know what? If it got to that point, I mean, again, if we were in a scenario where we weren't going to be able to feed our families, we would do whatever. We would go to El Salvador if we had to, right?
I know, and but we do know that these restrictions are coming. They've already talked about banning any KYC voyagers right in the
non KYCs. Yeah. Now, but it was kind of a two-pronged question, I think, that you asked, because
it
is. How would we spend our money? But the on-ramp is as much the crux of that as anything, in my opinion, because if we don't have an on-ramp, then we're only going to be able to operate with what we currently have in the market. And I think everybody needs to be thinking about that.
So how do we get around that?
Well,
all this
right now, you and I don't really need to worry about that because we've already on-ramped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've got the money in the market. For those people that don't have, they have the majority of their money sitting in the bank.
The bank, yes.
Then
I see what you're saying.
I think the smart move for anyone right now is to at least on-ramp 50% of what they have sitting in the bank, so that it's at least, even if it's just sitting in USDT, like we've said a million times, right? The no-brainer is to have your money sitting at least in USDT or USDC and getting 9% on Voyager or 12.5% on Vol.
Yes. Yeah, no-brainer. And it's been amazing. I mean, I'm basically living free.
Yeah.
Not free, but everything's being paid for.
Well, yeah. I mean, the amount of interest that we're getting every month just from those platforms versus obviously our banking. I mean, we've already beat that dead horse. Once we go into
Ripple, that changes.
What do you mean by that? Well, if we go heavy into Ripple, if we, that
means I've got to, and it takes till September to even get a verdict. Then even though it's safe, I feel like it's a pretty safe bet. I'm not going to have anything to pay my. I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place.
If you go and you put the majority of that money into Ripple, and it takes 2 years, you and I both know it's not going to take 2 years. But
yes,
if it takes 6 months or 12 months, then you're out that interest, and that's part of what I think we have to weigh is if we're getting 12 point what on Vault, we're getting 12.5%, 6.5, 6.8% interest. That equals so much per year on the given amount that we have in there. What would XRP need to do in what period of time in order to make it well worth our time to not take that interest every month and to go 60-70% into Ripple and then bank on Ripple at least jumping, like we said, to $1.50. $1.50 is a no-brainer. Exactly. So we doubled our money. So you'd have to have that money sitting in Vault or Voyager for quite a while to ever get a double. I mean, we'd have to let our money sit in there for what, like 3 or 4 years.
Almost 5 years.
Yeah, and compound, at that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, true.
I mean, but still, even with the compounding interest, it's going to have to sit in there for say 3 to 4 years or whatever the number would be. Well, we know, and we don't know, but we almost know that it'll be much shorter period of time for Ripple to bring us at minimum a double.
A double.
You know,
which we both know. So we pull out half of that and operate on free money.
Yes.
And we'll kick ourselves.
Yes.
Because when Ripple goes to $8 or $5, we got to go, oh my gosh, what if I just kept?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and that would be, we go around and around with this all the time, that when that day comes, we'll have to decide. I mean, I think like we've said before, one of the great strategies, and you probably tell people this too. I tell people all the time, talking to like Caleb and stuff and the guys, if you can get in and just make enough money to pull out what you have invested, then it don't really matter what happens after that.
Correct.
And that's what you're saying with Ripple. If we go in, we double to $1 right now. I mean, what? Ripple's at 71 freaking cents, bro. 71 cents. It's down right now. It's at 71 cents. If so, all it would need to do is $1.42.
Which it almost was in the settlement was still going on.
Oh,
we were almost at $1.40.
Yeah, I think, didn't we go? I thought we went past $1.40.
I thought it was $1.30 something.
I'm gonna look. The last, so let's put 3 months on Ripple. In the past 3 months, past 3 months, not nearly as spicy as I was hoping for. Wow.
I know it went to $1 something.
Yeah, dude, the past 3 months, I mean, this isn't proving our point. The past 3 months is $1.
Wow.
The past 3 months, we've got to go out 6 months. Okay, so this is probably what you're referring to right here. 9/5, September 5th, 2021.
Yeah.
So how many months back? I don't know. How many months back? 6 months, 5 months back. Man, time has flown, bro.
Oh, dude, we're in a hyper fly fit.
It is nuts. But on September 5th, we hit $1.38.9, so $1.40. We hit what we're talking about in September 15th. I mean, September 5th.
Toby, all it's going to take is that news. And I'm hearing it's all starting to come out, and everybody's saying the same thing. Okay, we haven't heard it, but we know it's getting right. That's what John Deaton said. Don't want to get ahead of myself here, but I think the judge is going to rule on this and this. And that's what he just tweeted like an hour ago.
I know, and part of what's hard with Ripple is we've been, and I think this is where a lot of people get frustrated. We've been hearing the same thing for 6 months or 12 months. I mean, not the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. We've been hearing, well, I mean, look at BitBoy. BitBoy was saying back in September. Oh yeah, I mean, we've got an October. We're October no later than November. This thing's going to be settled.
Mr. X kept saying that.
Yeah, I don't even know who it was. I mean, I don't need to put it on anybody, but
it was a very good guy. He was a lawyer, but you are reading what every lawyer, and I'm talking about SEC lawyers that are not in the SEC anymore, are all saying there's no case here. What's he thinking?
Right.
I can't believe that this is even in court. This is the laughing stock. Every one of them are saying the exact same thing.
And all we can do is take that information and base our decisions off of it. We beat the same dead horse, which when you're a BrotherCat, when you got the name BrotherCat, Dude, you beat horses, you kick pigs. I mean, you just do what you got to do. That's what you do.
Well,
Well,
I got the ovaries. I'm BrotherCat got the O's.
oh my, that's so.
That's why I'm talking to the man.
Oh yeah,
who's got the. You've got the Chahans.
the Cahans, the Cahans.
You got a good set.
Oh my.
You're always bad.
Well, then why aren't I in Ripple to the tune of 100K?
I don't know why we aren't.
Because we're stupid.
Because you know what's going to happen.
We're going to go down. We're going to go down with the stoops.
This is going to go. I think this thing's going to be over by April.
Well, we're in March. We're in March. Settle.
I think it's going to go to a settlement.
Right.
Ripple, John Garlinghouse can't afford to keep this going much longer. Right or wrong, you can't. You can stand up to your principles until the money runs out.
Yeah, but you think Ripple's really running out of money?
Well, they've got a whole lot less money than the U.S. government.
Well,
that's what I'll say.
Because oddly enough, the U.S. government can make their own money.
They do. They make it on the drop of a dime. Therein lies our next issue. So we make $1 million. It's really only worth about 70.
Right. Well, right now, let's talk about that real fast. What is $1 million US really worth right now in real terms, backed by some, not gold, we know, but something? What is it worth?
It's worth nothing. Technically. And that's what you can say about Bitcoin as well.
Well, I think different, though. At least Bitcoin, yes, it doesn't have any true backing, but it has limited supply. So that supports and gives very good reason for the pricing of Bitcoin, right?
Right. Agreed.
So you really think, though, $1 million US, is it literally worth zero right now? Or is it worth $100? No. Is it worth $10?
I mean, if we had to buy gas, because our gas, we're almost at $4 here.
Right.
I don't know where you are. You're probably $5.
Oh, we're over $5.
Just our buying power. $1 million is not going to buy you what $1 million used to buy you.
No.
Where's the dollar worth? You can pretty much say it's lost almost 30% of its value.
Right. But I'm saying, just for fun, what is $1 million really? What should it really be worth right now?
About 680,000.
Wow. I would totally not agree.
Okay, what do you think it's worth?
I think I've never thought about it really before, but I think
30% worth 30%.
I know, but is it even worth 70% of what it is?
I'm just saying by their standards.
No, I'm not talking about.
We're down 98% from when we were on the gold standard.
Okay, well then that's more the number. That's more of what I'm looking for. I don't care what any government says. I'm saying, what is it really worth right now? I think $1 million is the equivalent. I mean, I'll be gracious and say $1 million is worth about $10,000.
Yeah, well, if you look at the mom bought her house for $13,000, and my brother just, you know what I mean? You look at it on those terms.
Just even inflation. Yeah, just inflation alone, it's totally different. But
the real number is about 95%.
Well, if you look at what's 95% of a loss would make it, what? You've only got 5,000 of 1 million. What is 5% of 1 million? So it's like 5. Is that 50,000? 50,000?
Yeah. I would at the very most, it's probably take 90% of it off, and that's what your real number is.
Okay, well then I like that. So if we take 5%, then we're at a $50,000 number. If we take that it has a 90% drop, then it's that $1 million is worth $100,000. So somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000 our opinion would be that the $1 million that's out there in the market today is that's actually what it's worth.
Yeah, and because your buying power is going to be so dramatically, and in 1 year from now, it's going to be even worse. So
totally agree.
Yes.
It's crazy, bro.
What I'm saying. So it's, instead of, you used to be able to have $1 million, you were rich to retire.
Oh,
now they're saying you need almost 10 million to retire. I'm going, I don't have 100,000 to retire.
Not if you retire in a Mexico.
I know.
Mexico.
Sounds like that's what a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't think that was any coincidence that you found that place, do you? You don't think God led you there?
Oh, I think God is behind all of it, right? No doubt about it.
100%.
And even I thought at the time, I mean, I always ask myself that question, like, the what if question. I never want to die with the what ifs. I never want to go, oh, what if we would have gone there? Or what if we would have tried that? And San Carlos was kind of one of those where, I mean, not like that I literally had this big conversation with myself, but when we were in Mexico at that Podunk, Puerto Penasco place, which was not at all, had nothing cool about it.
You were getting ready to go back to Phoenix.
Well, yeah, it was like, do we just give it up? I mean, do we just go home early and turn it, into something else? And I'm so thankful. But I thought about it, man, if we don't go, and I even said this to my wife, if we don't go to San Carlos on this trip, we probably won't ever go to San Carlos. I mean, Think about it, because you don't know what San Carlos is. So you're really going to drive to Tucson and then another 4 or 5 hours down to San Carlos, like on some random future trip? I mean, probably not going to happen. So we were both like, let's go. I mean, we're here. We're halfway to San Carlos. Let's just go and check it out. And bam, am I thankful. San Carlos is...
That may be where we end up, though.
That is the place to be in Mexico, no doubt. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, dude, I'm ready.
I'm waiting for the BrotherCat.
Dude, I will be there with you. I want to get something like you got. That's why I'm thinking about going in a little bit and be able to. I'm just thinking about buying something like that, like a nice little home.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, you're going to come and you're going to check it out for yourself. And I think you're going to see. Unless
something really amazing comes up, but from what I'm seeing, they're few and far between. I just know this.
Dude, they put that to 70. They put that house to $79,900. Why don't you just buy that house?
It just went down?
They put it to $79,900.
Well, was it 85?
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
No, I did not.
Yep. I'm telling you.
It's going to come. Why is it? Okay. Why is it going down?
Because they have already said that they would take 79. So a good realtor is going to say, well, then let's just price it at what you're willing to take. But I'm telling you, they'll take 75.
I don't have 75. Here's my deal. I'm living on my money.
I get it. I get it.
I don't have any Social Security right yet.
I get it.
15 months. I got 1 more year, basically.
Until you can tap it.
Right now, I am making the money that I am living on is 90% the money that I got from my house.
Yeah, and it's
the
interest on that, and that's I get it. That if you spend, it's back to the same scenario. If you spend the money that you're getting such good interest on, then you no longer have the interest. I mean, obviously, but
you do with Ripple, because if you stake Ripple, at least you're getting half.
You're getting
you're going to get 6 point something.
6.5, I think, staking Ripple on Vol. Yep.
I know, and that's something.
Oh, that's Brillfest is what it is.
And I'm thinking, man, see, I think this weekend we're going to go up because, like a guy says, we're the only game in town, but there's stuff coming up that we got to be real careful. But I'm willing to put it in for a few months. We're not going to lose our money.
No. On Ripple, could we? And I say this all the time. You've heard it a million times, but could Ripple go to 23 cents? Yes.
Yep, it could.
Yes, Ripple could go to 23 cents. Is it more than likely going to go to 23 cents? No, I don't think it is. Could it realistically go to 59 cents? Yeah, I think that's more possible in a realistic. But what's the difference between 59 cents and 71 cents today? Nothing.
Well, if you got 100,000, that's a lot.
Not when you have the bull run that it goes to $1.50.
That's it.
I mean,
I'm just here. The amount of information that I'm hearing, this thing is going down, dude, and it's going down in the favor of Ripple.
Exactly.
So we've got to.
Exactly.
I would never be even having this conversation, because I've never heard this kind of positive reinforcement by lawyers, by John Deaton himself, by Jared Hogan.
It's just gonna happen, and so what you and I have to decide, and we need to decide it today.
Yes.
How deep are we going to reach into our pockets and pull out a wad of cash and throw it into the Ripple army world?
Well, I was thinking right off the bat, as soon as this thing matures, I could opt out of one.
Right.
Matures tomorrow. That's 10 grand. My first 10 grand is going to mature. I'm going in.
Just go in hard.
So that'll give me 25,000 right there.
Sheesh. That's a pretty good wad right there. I mean,
so once that 10's there, because I got almost 15. There's no other coin I would buy.
Oh, you're saying you'd have a total of that amount.
25,000 once I put this 10 in.
Yeah.
When the other 10 comes mature, I put that in, which is on the 9th. But I'm worried, from what I'm hearing and the amount of positive news I'm hearing, that we could come out of this weekend.
That's the thing. And if we know the minute that there's an ounce of clarity, like from the people that matter, like the judge or someone, it's over. I mean, we are at what, $1.35 within 5 minutes.
Coinbase puts it on. Once Coinbase says you're already backlisted.
Yeah.
You've doubled. It's doubled. The coin's at least doubled.
Yeah, you're at $1.42. Which would be exactly double. And then you go from $1.42, and it very possibly the next day people are freaking out, trying to FOMO in, and we run up to 219.
Exactly.
It's very, very, very possible. So we take our wad, we throw it into the XRP army, and we wait.
How much do you have ready to go?
I need to decide how much I'm going to throw in. Right now, I have 20. I have about 20,000 Ripple. So realistically, after this conversation, I'm realizing, shouldn't I have a minimum of 50,000 Ripple?
Yes.
I should have a minimum of 50,000 Ripple. That's
my goal too.
50,000. So we go
But
from
that's $100,000, and we pull that 50. But here's
yes.
the problem: I'm going to pull out because I don't have the cojones that you do.
Well, you got
But
O's.
I'm leaving the 350.
You got O's.
I've got O's. O's don't do it.
Oh, dang
O's don't do it. You got to have some boys. Got to have the boys a play on them.
Well,
but
that will be a question.
If you don't,
but you trickle out, like I always say. We go Ripple to $1.50, hypothetically, and then we start trickling out at $1.50, so that if it goes to $1.80, $2.19, $2.20, $2.90, we're trickling out on the way up, or even maybe on the way down if it wants to pull back. But we don't just go pull out 50% of what we have in there. I'm not. I'm just, my discipline has been working for me. And so yes. I trickle in, trickle out. That is, to me, that is for me mentally, if nothing else, even financially, but mentally, it allows me, I don't even have to think about when I'm going in or when I'm going out. If I'm doing such, smaller increments, I'm not going to lose any sleep over any move that I make. So, but you might be the Brill one, like normal, and pull your 50 out, and then, I'll wish I did, which happened with freaking Cat Girl.
Well, it's because it's called ovaries, bro.
Well, Cat Girl is what gave you ovaries. Cat Girl grew you some O's, bro. I'm telling you, you grew some O's.
I made some money.
You made freaking 10K, 5K, 10K on Cat Girl ovaries.
I did pretty good on those, and it was all you. You're the one that went, hey, let's do this.
Yeah, and guess what? I lost all of it.
No, you did not.
Yes, I pulled out of Cat Girl. Remember, I pulled out of Cat Girl, and I had like $12,000. And I
thought you did pull out of that.
Exactly. But the story didn't end there, unfortunately.
I thought you pulled out.
No, because I've got cajones, remember? So it had a little dip, and what I do, I put another freaking 10K back into the cat. That's how stupid I am.
So maybe you and I are a good team. Maybe we need some O's. We do need feminine, O's. Wisdom is a woman.
Ooh, wisdom is a woman. That's a quote. BrotherCat Co. Wisdom is.
So we need a little female.
Yes. Females are wonderful. Our wives are a blessing from God.
I know.
Ovaries and all.
Tomorrow, I will have 10,000 more. I'm not going to opt out. And I may opt out if I hear more. If I hear what I'm hearing the last 3 days and it's growing.
Right. Then we're going to have to consider. Here's the deal. And we can forget the XRP conversation because we love beating dead horses and kicking dead pigs.
Well, I'm trying to get some courage.
Well, I know, but I'm saying what we need to decide is, are we going to double down, and are we going to go to 50,000 XRP?
I am.
I want to say I am too.
I will be by tomorrow morning when first mature is 10,000. I'm buying XRP. Hopefully it's down.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Right now it is down. So I think right now I'm going to go in and I'm going to buy, I'm going to buy on Vault. I'm going to buy. Well, I'm not going to trickle for me is such a small percent. So it's not going to be a trickle. I'm going to need to take a bigger bite because what we're saying is we think it might be better to have our money in Ripple for the next 6 to 12 months, let's just say,
I totally agree.
than in USDT sitting even at 12.68% interest, which is a huge percent of interest. So I think I need to take bigger bites, and I might go ahead and bite off, say, another $5,000 worth of Ripple, which would give me what, like 6,000 more Ripple,
Wow.
something like that.
I'm gonna buy 10 tomorrow. I'm going in with 10 tomorrow.
You mean
I do know I am doing
10,000?
that. I am doing that.
$10,000 or 10,000 Ripple?
$10,000.
Okay.
Whatever that buys me.
Well, $10,000 would what, 12,000-ish Ripple?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I like
said it put me about 25.
I like that number. I want to get to 50. I want to get to 50 ASAP. That's
So I'm
my
halfway
conclusion.
there.
I know.
Tonight,
I'm about halfway there, but I want to get there now. I want to get there now. I want to get to 50,000 Ripple now.